I literally was laughing as I was on the ice because I ended up on the ice with Bozak and Paul Stastny. I was like their line mate, and I was legitimately like giggling to myself because I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Like 2 months ago, I was just going to join a frat.
Welcome back to Pucks in Deep. This is episode number 81. Is that right?
That's it. Number 81.
Holy shit.
And again, our biggest one.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep getting bigger here. We have, I mean, basically the leader of Barstool Sports at this point.
He's
the
up
biggest
there.
Comeback.
Yeah.
Biggest come up. I can't even speak right now.
A walk-on, if you will.
A walk-on, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Earning his spot just like he did at Denver. So we got Rudy Junda joining the pod here. You're going to want to listen to the entire interview if you want to figure out what grit is.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, I mean, he embodies it.
No, he does.
Like from the NAHL, straight up from Wichita to sending emails to every team in the NCAA, even NAHL teams that
twice
probably have burners. Like they don't have an actual, I mean, probably just still Hotmail or Yahoo, like old time shit. And yeah, he figured out a way to get on to like the best team in college hockey in 2016, 2017, 2018. They're really good. Not as good as the Dogs, obviously, because they took them down. But I mean, still, they were a wagon for a long time, and he was a part of that run.
No, he was, and now he's a part of our run. But before we get started, we got to introduce ourselves. Like we're just not going to introduce ourselves on the show.
Well, they know at this point.
Well, I'm your co-host James Murray.
I'm Connor Thelman here. Yeah, we probably should introduce ourselves. It's been a couple of weeks since we had a pod.
Yeah,
I just got back from London, Ontario. It's about a 13-hour jaunt, so I'm still feeling like absolute
tough, man.
Dick.
A lot of Timmys though. A lot of Timmy runs.
A lot of Timmy runs. About 4 times when I was there, and yeah.
How's the old lady?
She's good. She's good. Let's just say diet starting today because, yeah, Timmy's just did a number on my bowels
I bet.
that whole week. And great place. Highly recommend it. Got to the Hockey Hall of Fame. Not a big deal.
It's a nice shirt.
Still waiting for an ECH stall there. Somehow
it's well on its way after this podcast.
They didn't have our merch, and I was just like, something got lost in the mail. But yeah, you can tell the Wild are also on the come up because they're not really listed there either, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a sick place, and happy to be back talking college puck here.
Yeah, no, it is good to be back. We took the week off. Obviously, we got Rudy on. 2017 was crowned a national champion with Denver.
I mean, just that team was insane.
Yeah, no, it was a tough team to walk onto, I'll say that. But hell of a story from Rudy here on this episode, and you know how he kind of transformed into a job at Barstool Sports from playing Division I hockey there at Denver. And it's just a lot of good info on the pod about, you know, just how to grind. Yeah,
how to grind. And like, could you imagine what his like kind of endorsements or what like his whole presence would be social media if the NCAA would allowed him to make money when he was playing? Because he
should have asked about that. Yeah, then
he's basically like the SOFO before SOFO. Like he said, Biz kind of opened up the window for him to, you know, guys who are playing really high levels of hockey but not getting a ton of playing time, making that cool and like having that whole
just another avenue
persona.
And he made it work.
He dominated that too, blowing up on Barstool. So yeah, make sure to check that out. But we got, a ton of stuff happened since our last pod here. So let's just get into hockey news. Really, really sad news. We'll just start right away. The news of Jimmy Hayes passing away was yesterday, and that's followed from an even 3 more tragically were killed in a car crash in British Columbia. Well-known junior hockey players Ronan Sharma, Parker Magnuson, and Caleb Reimer. That was August 21st, so literally just...
It's been a tough week.
Brutal week in hockey, so we send our condolences with everybody there. Like, there's no words that can be said to make that feel any better than it is. And
yeah, our prayers to the Hayes family too and friends, and that's nothing really we could say.
I'm gonna let you transition out of that.
Yeah, no, just I don't know. That's tough. But there is hockey right now, and college hockey's 6 weeks away.
We're coming.
We do have some news for you guys. I'm not gonna. Well, we've already talked about going to Colorado College. Yeah, we're trying to get out there. It's almost official. We're going to Colorado. We're
flirting with Colorado College right now.
Ed Robson Arena looks great. It looks great. The students are going to love it. It's on campus. Huge for the recruiting and everything there for Colorado College. But
it's such a big arena. Like even Crookshank's nose could fit. Not that he'll
just
be playing
one more
there.
rip. God,
just one last jab at him. Unfortunately, Grant will not be there to tear it up. But I mean, they're going to be a good team. Like they went toe to toe in the playoffs. Who did they lose to? Was it Denver? They went into OT damn near with like I think 11 players or something.
Yeah. Yep,
it was crazy. So they're a gritty team, and they got a brand new arena, so that's sick. In college hockey news coming back, Ferris State new locker room this season,
It's huge, yep.
looking really nice. You want to check that out? I mean,
UMass too, and Northern Michigan, all new locker rooms. So.
Yep, and teams are reporting now. Like we're getting shots of the guys on the ice practicing. Arizona State today, that looks like the Sun Devils or Jayhawks, our boy. Now he's
huge.
I mean, he's an ECH athlete, so everybody's showing up ready to get after it. Michigan's officially back. Everybody's returning. I mean, Owen Power. Kent Johnson,
they're going to be good, as we predicted.
The whole gang. Gophers are a little bit worried. So worried that they gave 3 captains out this season.
Yep. Sammy Walker as of last year. But
you get a captain. You get a captain. Wendy, check under your seat. There's
might have a C
on that sweater for you, because apparently that's how we're doing it. But yeah, so the Gophers are kind of fucked, but Michigan's back.
Michigan.
That's the good news for the Big Ten coming up here. Other news, RPI still sucks. So they announced, I think, like a few days ago, no fans allowed this season, which is just
family and students. Students are allowed.
Students are allowed?
Just students, yeah, and family.
Oh, but no. Okay.
No.
I mean, we're not selling anything out. What about the mascot? They're
Puck?
The Puck.
Puckhead? Yeah.
The Puckhead better be there.
He's going to be there.
Okay, thank God. But yeah, that's tough, because the ECAC is just going to throw up the red flag and just call it quits, basically. I mean,
we're just so
the Ivy League backed out. We love the ECAC. I shouldn't say that. Yeah. The Ivy League is what really
we're okay right now. They're still playing hockey, and that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But I feel for the seniors that waited out last year and didn't get to play, and now they're playing again this year, but no fans. So
yeah, so ECH won't be there, unfortunately. But other
than that,
no bump for them. What else do we got? Oh, RMU is out as well.
RMU's done, and then Jasper Weatherby leaving North Dakota.
Yeah, well, we can't. Hold on, let's not glance over RMU so quick. They'll be back next season, but I mean that's big for the Atlantic Army officially back.
It is
with RMU out of there. Also, Mercyhurst.
They will be back. It's just gonna be tough for them to recruit again. I mean, other than that, like they got a good program, enough history that they'll be back.
Yeah, I feel terrible for Coach Shuley there, having to literally say goodbye to every recruit that he had and have to build it up from the ground again.
It's tough.
He did it once.
It's like starting a pot and losing everything. You just
Fuck. That one digs deep.
No. It's good to we have some confidence. It's kind of like Miles' check. Like it's coming at some point.
It is.
Just next year.
Yeah, next
year. Or the year after.
Like,
yeah, it's coming though.
No, it's kind of like the Easter Bunny. You're just like, God, I hope that fucker's real. Like, just we'll see. But yeah, so that's the last news. Oh, and Jasper Weatherby, big news for UMD, because Nodak, who's like that's
our number one center, Weatherby, and he's going to San Jose. So congrats to him, one of our guys. He is going to be coming on the pod in the future. So
yeah, he's
going to the San Jose Sharks and
talents there. Yeah, joining our boy Leno.
Yep.
Also Ferraro. Shout out to the plugs.
Scott Reedy too. So
yeah, the boys there. So he's out. Who's their like biggest guy returning? Tyler Clevin probably. Otherwise,
Sanderson, their D.
Yeah. So just their defense is just about it. They have no big time forwards that I can think of coming back. So wow, tough news for them. Go Bulldogs, baby. And that's basically all I can think about for college hockey news or big NHL news. But we do have some big news. We're a glass half full pod. Maybe you're just sitting around, it is Friday if you're listening to us. You want to catch a little buzz out there and make some money while you do it. How are you going to afford that delicious pink Whitney in your hand, James?
Yeah, no, you're going to want to head to DraftKings.com and use code THPN. You get 10% off when you enter. It's just easy. Head to DraftKings, use promo code THPN, and you're all set, fellas.
Yeah, a lot of MLB baseball to bet on, whatever you want to do. Yeah, ladies and gents. I mean, it's free for everybody. Go to DraftKings. What are you doing? So yeah, thank you to our sponsor at DraftKings there. And now the moment you all been waiting for, Rudy Junda. So now we welcome on a very special guest for you guys. We have the former wagon for your Denver Pioneers and current #1 plant dad for Barstool Sports. We got Rudy Junda. Rudy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. It's an honor.
Hey, pumped that it's a long time coming here.
Yeah, and I've
been waiting for it.
It's a bad week to be a Nissan Altima, huh?
It's got to be a tough one. Yeah. So you're
I suffered an injury today. These guys were nice enough to push back the pod because I had to get an emergency massage session. And I fucked my neck up so bad, dude. I was like incapacitated, legitimately incapacitated. I woke up this morning at 6:30 in the morning. And it was one of those like pains that jolt you out of sleep. I never get up before 8 a.m. ever. And I literally just had to get up and walk around my apartment. I was Theragunning myself like you wouldn't believe.
We've all had those mornings.
It just wouldn't go.
That's what happens when you get old, man. It's like the typical, like, I used to make fun of people, and then you get your like later 20s, and then you just get strucken with back pain. Like back pain just strikes you one morning, and that's your life.
That's it.
No, I feel that. Yeah, I have like one bad golf swing, and then the next morning I'm just like, why the fuck did I go out yesterday?
Exactly.
It hits you. But yeah, you're battling through that. You know, we do appreciate it.
Well, let's just jump right into your time here. He's a college hockey guy, national champion at Denver. Let's jump right into it. Tell us about just winning the national championship at Denver, first of all, so people just know that you're a boss right away. But like, lay it on the line first. What was that year like? 2016. I want to argue 17.
that the next year, 2017 is 2016.
Yeah, okay, go.
That's how it works. But how was that year? Like, did you guys feel like you're gonna win it all the whole time? Like, we heard you're the locker room guy. You know, were you the glue that kept it all together, kind of thing?
Yeah, I was the secret weapon. That's the thing that the media doesn't like to report, or the history books, or the Wikipedia page, or even the stats for that matter.
Yeah, they hate it.
I mean, that year was crazy. I mean, our team was so good. Like, we had such a good collection of a team. Like, there's so many teams also out there. Like, BU always has top end talent, no doubt about it.
For sure.
But we had top end talent, and then even our third and fourth line were such quality players that played hard hockey, super hard hockey, but we're still skilled. And so, dude, that year, I mean, it was one of those years where it really felt like the whole year we were going to win, because we lost in the semifinal the year before.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And as awful as that is, going deep in the tournament and then getting taken down in a game you feel like you could win. Yeah. One is obviously a ton of motivation, but then you just feel like you know what it's like, and you know what it takes. So there's just that much more confidence. And then you add that on top of the fact that our team was just fucking so disgusting. Our team was hilariously good. And dude, it literally is a hilariously good team. Dude, in the tournament, we won the first 3 games of the tournament. We won 6-1, 5-1, and then 6-2. And then the national championship game was 3-2. So once it came tournament time, it was it was just a laser focus. The team was just so focused, and it wasn't even I don't know, it just all came together. It kind of, honestly, it just felt like it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And then we just had to go out there and execute. And then our team was just so good that it was just going to happen.
Right. As long as nobody gets injured, we're just going to run this shit the whole time.
Right. And that was the craziest thing about the national championship game, was that Tarek Hammond, who's in my class, his ankle fucking exploded in the second period. Dude, it was crazy. We were up 3-1 at that time, I think. Okay. And we were owning the game. We were owning the game. And it was dude, we really have a understanding of how this is. We felt like we were in a good spot. Mm. And then he got pushed into the boards in a kind of weird angle. And his ankle literally, it was like a bomb went off. His ankle dislocated, and he was on the ice for 15 minutes. They just stretcher him off the ice in the middle of a national championship.
Yeah, game. I remember it. It was disgusting, but I couldn't hear it. Yeah, I'm sure you heard it from the bench.
It was so gross, dude. The first thing I saw him, I was like, dude, that's so fucking gross. I can't even look as
he's just screaming in pain.
I don't think a Rolf massage is gonna fix that one. It's just
dude. No, there's no amount of Rolfing that could fix this. But dude, so that was a crazy change of the whole dynamic of the game when there's that big of a stoppage, and then one of your go-to guys. Yeah. His leg explodes. It's all of a sudden it's Vietnam. You know what I mean? People are fucking bullets are whizzing by. It's crazy all of a sudden. And that changed momentum a lot, because there was just so much dead air, and then they kind of surged back. But and then we just held on to it. So
I mean, that's something you tell the kids. You got your ring. I mean, do you have it with you right now in New York? The ring, is it on a pedestal or something?
Just wear it every day.
I just moved. I don't know where it is. Oh, okay. But I do have it.
That was my next question. What was better, that year winning it all? Obviously, that's an unreal feeling, or just having the Tinder picture of you with the trophy the entire 2018. That had to be an amazing year as well.
Dude, I mean, no, it's not lost on anybody. Winning the national championship, you grew up in Denver. It's your dream school. That too. It's a life accomplishment. One of the greatest things of your life. But that's all cool. But knowing that you have absolute gas in the tank when it comes to Instagram pictures, Hinge, having off, you tell me if I'm wrong, dude. If you take a good pic,
you use it for years. You
immediately Hinge is the first thing that comes in your head.
Everything's good. I'm gonna post this pic. Life is on an upward trajectory. It's there's nothing better than having something in the chamber. There really isn't.
No, especially, I mean, that's like the ultimate one in the chamber. Like that's a national championship. So you can use that for multiple years. They're like, is that an old photo? You're like, yeah, but it's a national championship.
Do
like,
you know? Do you know what I did to earn that photo?
Yeah.
You know, and well, you got quite a story before that though. From what I've heard, talked about juniors and the NAHL and your way to Denver and how that all happened.
We're big NAHL guys.
We are big NAHL guys. Viet NAHL, shout out to them.
If we can get any stories from you at Wichita there.
And that's what I love about. I love a podcast that appreciates the NAHL.
Oh, exactly. We call ourselves the NAHL podcast, like for better or for worse.
Yeah.
But
you got Spittin Chiclets, which is like pretty much the NHL.
I love that energy, dude. Yeah, I love that energy. Yeah, it was kind of a crazy story, but like, so what happened was I played in the NAHL for 2 years, and I remember like I was trying to figure out where I was going to go. I mean, honestly, at that point, I mean, even though I was from Denver, I always wanted to play there. I kind of, in my head at that time, was like, you know what, like one of those upper end schools probably isn't going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even towards the end of my second year, I'd emailed every D1 team twice and really hadn't gotten a sniff on anything. So I was actually going to go play at Augsburg. I was going to play Division III at Augsburg.
Yeah.
And it was legitimately June of my age out year. So I was done playing juniors. I was done in the NAHL. I'd aged out of the NAHL.
Fuck.
And it was fucking June. And one of my best friends, Evan Ritt, who played at Denver, we grew up together in Colorado playing AAA. We were just talking one day. He's like, dude, like, you know, he was already at Denver. He's like, we're looking, I know that they were talking about like adding another person or whatever. I don't remember how he phrased it. He's like, you should just reach out. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'll send one more email like to Denver. Like, who cares? Like, you know, I'm going to go to Augsburg. I didn't really think anything of it.
Yeah.
But I remember I was like dragging along Augsburg because I kind of was on the fence about it. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to go live in Minnesota. No offense.
No,
I didn't know if I wanted to live in Minnesota.
It sucks.
I was thinking about just hanging them up and going to Boulder and just being like full pie kappa pie. Like,
I love that option
close.
too.
I was this close. And then randomly, Dave Carl, who's the head coach now, he was assistant coach then.
Yeah.
He emailed me back and we just started talking. And he's like, yeah, send me your tape and shit like that. So I sent him my tape and we talked for a couple months. And then I think it was like fucking like mid-July. I met with Monty. And then like a week later, they're like, yeah, we want you to be like a recruited walk-on. You should come. And I was like, I remember being like, it was literally like a Hail Mary. It was like, I couldn't believe it had happened, especially that late into the summer of my age out year.
So like
fucking
for the
crazy.
walk-on, for people that don't know, you get that email or whatever it was, call, but you show up to campus. Are you still trying out versus guys for that last spot, or how does that work in college for people that wouldn't know?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a different dynamic. I mean, guys are obviously ultra competitive for playing time.
Right. There's that too.
I will say the one nice thing about college is that you're there on the team.
Right.
You know, you're on the team. You're there. You're committed to 4 years, and so that creates a much different dynamic. Which is why I think college hockey is so great. Is because there's no other place in hockey where there's that dynamic where you're on this team for 4 years.
Yeah.
Like that's just how it is, unless something drastic changes.
Right, juniors you get shipped out.
Unless you fuck up,
anytime.
you gotta fuck up pretty bad to lose it.
Yeah, true.
Dude, yeah, like when I was in the NAHL, every other week I thought I was going to get traded for like a dishwasher. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that fear that you're going to get traded or you're going to get cut.
Right.
We don't know. You know what I mean?
That's gotta be the worst.
Now, playing at Denver, like, you know, you may not get playing time or any school. You don't know how much playing time you're going to get. But at the very least, you know that you're going to be on the team. So, I mean, yeah, dude, I remember, dude, it was going from the NAHL to practicing at Denver with those guys. I remember that's like those highways in the East Coast, you know, where they have that loop and there's no real on-ramp. It's just a yield sign. And then the car going like 100 miles an hour. And you got to like gun it and get in. That's what it felt like going from, no offense to the NAHL, but like Denver at that time was like, it was a whole different animal.
The team was insane.
Yeah. You're playing with like the whole first and second liner all going to the show. Like,
right.
I mean, it's
exactly. Dude, I remember once it was so funny. We had this, we at Denver, a lot of pro guys train there. We have 6 facilities. and guys just like Denver. And I remember we do scrimmages against them a lot of the time in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And one time I ended up on the ice. I literally was laughing as I was on the ice because I ended up on the ice with Bozak and Paul Stastny. I was like their line mate, and I was legitimately like giggling to myself because I was like, "This is fucking hilarious." Like 2 months ago, I was just gonna join a frat, and dude, they teed me like it was hilarious. I didn't do fucking anything, dude. I literally was like a living cone out there, and I remember just like drifting back door, and they hit me like fucking right on the tape, right in. And I remember they literally just started laughing, and I started. It was literally comical. It's fucking crazy.
You're like, yeah, it's a little bit better than Wichita. Like everything's right
dude,
on the fucking tape.
Team at Wichita though, because we had so many Air Force guys. We were like the Air Force farm team. So for that, like my last years, we didn't really do that good, but we had a lot of sick players. That like commitment wise, like higher than you usually see.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, just looking over, we're big stat sheet guys, so we were just grinding to see some highlights there.
There's not much to.
There's not.
I was.
But you scored against Air Force
on Instagram.
I think.
My Instagram, and you put my highlights. I'm like this. It's because it's all my goals.
Yeah. Hey, we do what we can.
My college hockey.
We dug deep.
But I mean, like, I'm sure there's plenty more in practice. Like you said, they don't like to report it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
Or warm-ups, like a sick bar down. They don't want to show
this
that.
guy was the best in warm-ups.
Yeah.
Just like Biz. I mean,
led the team out every time. So I was
exactly.
But yeah, so did you end up bearing against Air Force like with your boys on there? And they're just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I loved playing against Air Force was awesome because I knew so many of those guys. And in Air Force games are just fun because they play they actually play a fun style, in my opinion. They're all fucking psychos. Yeah. They skate like 400,000 miles an hour. They're literally like, will throw their face in front of them to block a shot.
Yeah, man.
And they play, I don't know, it's just a fun rivalry. Like, it's never an easy game for us.
Well, Saratoga,
like, obviously the Colorado versus Colorado thing is awesome.
Right,
and I just know those guys. So those are literally always my favorite games.
I mean, speaking of Colorado College, Ed Robson Arena, new arena, huge for CC, much needed. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that is going to make them more competitive? Because right now you guys have had their number for the past couple of years. I mean,
they got a new arena.
Yeah, you haven't seen it?
Yeah, this is their first season.
We're posting it tomorrow. It's nasty. Like we're going out to shoot a video.
It's on campus too.
It's actually disgusting. It's only like 3,000 though, like seats.
Yeah.
Really?
But it's like a full bowl and the scoreboard's nice and you can see the mountains in the like it's disgusting.
No crocheting.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking hated playing them. Is it Olympic?
No. It's an NHL sheet.
Oh. I mean, I don't play anymore, so it doesn't matter. But dude, I fucking hated that rink, dude. I hated that rink. Because I don't know, there's just like a weird energy. Also, I just hated Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Because growing up in Denver, Colorado Springs is about an hour away from Denver.
Oh, yeah.
And growing up playing youth hockey, when we would go play the Colorado Springs team, it just always went wrong. Like it felt like there was a weird curse in Colorado Springs. Like you go there and you feel kind of like a little bit car sick. I'm gonna sound like such a pussy, but you feel like kind of car sick. There's a little bit of traffic, and then you get to the rink. And a lot of the rinks in Colorado Springs are just weird, odd, small rinks. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of bizarre. And you get there and your legs don't feel good. And then those guys would play you so hard. And I don't know why. And like half the rinks are Olympic, but they're not like exactly Olympic. So like the one neutral zone is like the size of the fucking Atlantic Ocean. And then like the offensive zone isn't quite there. It's just like all weird. It's just all weird.
Yeah.
And you're making me hate Colorado Springs already.
I know. I feel bad. I got friends that are from there, and it's obviously a fine town. But I used to fucking hate it, and I hated playing at CC's rink because it was Olympic.
Yeah.
And dude, at that point, like when I was a kid, playing on Olympic was sick. But once I started playing D1, I was like, dude, I want no time and space. Mm-hmm. Like I want this to be played in like a sandbox if possible.
Yeah, like let me just get it.
I don't want people skating fast.
No. Gonna make me look bad.
Yeah, you don't want anybody blowing by.
Plus, you got the high altitude too, so you're just really fucked out there. I mean,
when I was playing an Olympic at that level, I was like, dude, like, this is a get in and get out situation.
That's gotta be
good for them though. That's awesome. That rink was old. It was a cool rink, but it was old.
Yeah, it's the new one is really sick. You got to check it out. Hopefully for the Denver the Gold Pand here.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
That'll be. I mean, that's what we're trying to go see this year. God, we're hoping everybody allows fans. RPI announced like 2 days ago.
Just
they're not allowing fans the entire season.
Really?
So
yeah, I feel like colleges are a little bit different.
It's especially like the ECAC last year shut it down so early. I think 7 teams out of there.
They shut it down before the new COVID was a thing. Like
the Ivy backed out, so we're a little worried about that. But yeah, hoping everybody else is.
But I mean, the NHL just had the playoffs and everything.
Like, that'd be tough.
It is what it is. Just wear a mask in the building, whatever. If the NHL can do it, I don't see why we college can't.
Or a bubble.
Yeah, right. Figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah, whatever it takes. But I mean, we should ask you that question. Like, just speaking about playing in the NCHC, like everybody that we have on that's either NCHC or hockey. Sometimes we even try to get Big Ten guys to say they have the best conference in college hockey, just so we have something to clip. But like, would you like compare each conference and how it ranks up?
Dude, if you look at the tournament the last 7 years, it's like obviously the NCHC is the best tournament.
Yeah. No, for
the
sure.
best conference.
Yeah. We line up with that.
There's just no arguing. I mean, Big Ten's very skilled. They're young. Like you go look at Michigan right now, and they're disgusting. But NCHC, like I don't know, North Dakota, UMD, or Denver, all those schools will give them a run for their money.
Just as far as winning it all, like unless UMass got it last year, but before that,
sick teams in other conferences or whatever. But like
all around,
if you look at the depth of the NCHC, it's usually just nutty.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like anybody can win. Like even Miami last year with their goalie, like they shut down some teams and they were. I think they had like 5 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like they would pound people.
They're all good. They'd all kick a lot of teams in Atlantic's ass. Like
Yeah. Hey, come on.
I'm sorry.
Don't bring the Atlantic.
Being honest,
It's not nice for anybody.
The Atlantic is that's the NAHL. That's NAHL.
Oh yeah,
there's grad school for the NAHL, baby.
We're big Atlantic guys. We like to say
love
too.
The Atlantic. How can you not?
Literally everybody's aged out at junior and just getting after it.
Well, they're all East Coast too. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even get recruited by any Atlantic teams, which is hilarious. But I'm basically like an Atlantic player, like behind enemy lines.
That should be in your bio.
I was like a paratrooper that made it somehow in, and like no one fucking noticed, and I was like a spy.
And the rest of the Atlanta guys are just rooting for you. They're like, just let him have it.
Yeah.
Just let him have this one.
He made it.
Exactly.
Good for him.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, just that play style. I mean, they get after it. Our boy Trev made the Wild this year, though, from Army. So that's, like they can.
Atlantic's on the come up.
They got some talent coming in there for sure. So
what are we diving into here next to?
We got to touch on Barstool. At some
we do.
Point here.
Did the national championship ring get you a job at Barstool? I got to ask. Was that it?
Not the national championship, but playing at Denver in college hockey is the reason.
Yeah. Why is that?
So basically, we had a team talk show at Denver, and I like immediately shot my hand up to do that.
Yeah, that's your thing.
It's like, I also I wasn't playing much, and I was like, I got free time, so I could do that. But I also was like obsessed. I really wanted to do something like that, and I've actually never told Biz this, but a lot of it was because I like grew up in the era like watching him.
Yeah.
And he was actually very helpful for guys like myself who were playing like at a higher level, but not playing like that much playing time,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right.
He was the first person that made it cool,
yeah.
And I saw what he was doing, and I was like, I want to be like that guy. Because he kind of made it all make sense to me, because it's tough when you're a hockey player and you encounter that first time getting scratched.
Especially when you work your ass off your whole life, and then now at the D1 level, everyone's that good.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what do I do?
Exactly. So it's hard to piece that together, and how you react to that is very... It can eat up a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like most players arrive at the right idea, but sometimes it takes a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so he kind of showed like how to make it cool if it is happening. You know what I mean? So it's not like shameful. You know what I mean? Like you can make it what it is. Anyway, so I did the team talk show, and I would just interview random people, and just do like silly stuff. It was really fun. But one day we would have, at the end of the year, we would have local celebrities come by, and I would interview them.
Okay.
And it would be like the Broncos kicker. And then we had a couple people from The Bachelor that year, and they would just come and like mess around with us or whatever. So I would interview them. And then randomly they just brought Barstool Chief with them.
Oh shit.
And he doesn't even live in Denver. He lives in fucking Chicago. So I didn't know that at the time, but they were like, we're here with our friend from Barstool. So I was like, I'll go introduce myself because I want to go and I was really interested in it because at this point was my senior year. I was already kind of like, I want to do something else other than hockey. Like I was thinking about retiring and I was like, oh, Barstool is like exactly what I want. And so I went and talked to him, and he's a huge hockey fan. And he was the one that like pushed me through and like got me to talk to the right people. But why he was there, I still don't really quite. He was friends with one of them. But I was like the odds of him being in Denver are just so crazy. And then coming out to like talk to us was just so fucking random.
Yeah, that is random. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. That's
Barstool Chief just there chiefing, you know,
and
it all connects.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, no. So he was the reason. But yeah, if I didn't do that team talk show, didn't play college hockey, it never would have happened.
No, that's a cool story though.
Yeah.
Just Biz kind of being your mentor there in a way, and that brings up my next topic though. I just got to ask, since Biz filled that role, he had to fight. He wasn't getting the playing time. He had to fight. There's no fight in college hockey, but do you think there should be? Do you think there should be allowed to drop the mitts in college hockey? We've asked every player.
Just get after it.
That's actually, I mean,
can you think about it though? Just think of the students being in the arena, knowing that my classmate could drop the mitts at any time.
Right.
And it would be objectively awesome. Like, who can deny that it'd be awesome? Right. Like, there's just nothing not awesome about it. But I guess I just never even entertained the idea because I could just never imagine I just never envision a world where the NCAA like allows violence. You know what I mean?
Or fun for that matter.
Yeah, it's too much fun.
They're so bureaucratic. Like they're just the NCAA. Like there's no one else really like them other than like FIFA or like fucking like they're just like a nameless massive entity.
Yeah.
And like something like fighting, you just never would envision them being cool with. So I've never really thought about it. But like there's no argument against it. It'd be awesome.
It would be.
It would just be awesome.
Right. And it would like awesome just to sell tickets and then like to actually like police the game a little bit. Because now like there's in the dub child, like people just get ran every single night and nothing happens except for like people pushing and then they get broken up.
And that's why I go to the Vietnam Instagram because they got fights every night in juniors and the NAHL like every night.
Yeah, you go from juniors in the NAHL like yourself scrapping and then like you go fucking 4 years you can't touch anybody.
And then you can again when you get to the show.
If you make it to the show, then it's like get after it.
It is bizarre because like things do get fighting would change the game quite a bit.
It would protect it in a way. Like
it would change the game quite a bit because college hockey now is becoming like so fast paced.
Yeah.
And the guys are so skilled that even guys like me who are hitters are even becoming, it's like the hitters are almost like the fighters in college hockey.
Yeah.
Like it's not true. That's maybe not true as much across other conferences, but even at Denver over my time being there, like guys that played my style, there were just less of us. And like the kids that were just like, they were so fast and they're so skilled and there was overall just less hitting. But the fighting would change a lot of things. And also like, you're right. It gets pretty fucking chippy at times. So yeah, it'd be interesting, but unfortunately I don't think it'll ever happen.
No, probably won't.
Yeah. That'd be I just want to like playoffs, especially. Yeah. Like it's getting just so chippy and then just let them throw.
It'd be so sick. Dude, like imagine you were playing at like a Penn State,
Penn State,
like a Penn State or like a Wisconsin game, and you fight like another Big Ten. Like that would get so nutty.
Oh my god,
it'd be so sick. Yeah, the band gets into it too. Just like,
they almost need it after after they broke up the old WCHA with Denver and North Dakota, the Gophers, all them. Like the Big Ten's kind of been. I don't know. The Gophers, at least we've seen in Minnesota, have struggled to sell tickets. So like.
Exactly.
You got to build rivalries somehow, but I just think, I don't know. That's my thought. It'd be nice to have it. It obviously will never happen, probably.
Yeah, zero fun, sir. is their answer there. I guess my question going into Barstool now is, when can we see you in Rough and Rowdy? Like you mentioned, you're a big hitter in hockey. Can we see that translate to, following Billy Football's footsteps here?
I mean, the thing about fighting is that the idea of it's fun.
Right.
It's not actually fun
getting hit.
Is a whole different story. But I would do it for sure. I would just have to have, obviously everyone says this, I'd have to have the right opponent or whatever and like the right situation. But it would have to be perfect because I may have hit people, but I really don't like getting hit. I think that's a little bit different. Like boxing, dude, like almost no matter what, you're going to take a few shots.
Right. Unless Jose Canseco takes a dive.
Getting punched. Shocker. But I prefer to do the punching and the hitting. But if the perfect situation lined up, I would for sure do it.
All right, Rudy, I'm going to stop you right there. Those calves are just looking nice, my man. But how could I get calves that big, James? Could you give me a little advice?
Yeah, good one. Head to our other sponsor, Endura Fin. Head to endurafin.com. Use promo code ECH or Pucks and Deep. You're going to get 10% off on your protein.
Damn right.
The product's cheap, guys. Easy to use. Comes in the bottle, or you can get the big bag if you really want to get jacked like Rudy. But
I mean, you don't need calf implants. You need Endura Fin.
You need Endura Fin, guys, right here. It tastes good. It's cheap. Lots of other products too. They got shakers, everything on there. They got crates for the crate challenge that just came out with this week.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's insane. If you've seen that on TikTok,
they're doing it all.
Endurafin.com. People, again, use promo code ECH or Pucks and Deep and get 10% off. And there you go. Back to Rudy.
So if Jose Canseco comes back round 2, you taking him?
Sure. I mean, you guys could beat up Jose Canseco.
Yeah, he's gonna dive, and then
dude, at some point it would be like considered a crime to fight Jose Canseco. You know what I mean? Like the dude is just old. You know what I mean?
He really is.
He's giant, but he's just an old dude. That's it.
Yeah. I remember
at some point you're just fighting an old guy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just a massive old man.
We learned that.
That's true.
One last fighting question. Who is Biz fighting? Jake Paul? Logan?
Is he?
I saw that he
I see that.
He was like threw it out there. Dude,
would you take Biz in that fight though? That's my question. Would you take
Biz is an animal?
Yeah, I mean,
and like the thing with the Pauls is like, dude, they're just an enigma. Like you don't know what they are. Like
that's true.
One minute you think they're the worst boxers on like the planet, and there's no way that they can be great, and then like the next minute you're like, whoa, wait, maybe they're actually like great athletes. You know what I mean?
Still,
yeah. I don't know enough about boxing.
Like, you just can't piece it together. But like, if it ever went down, obviously, I feel like Biz would be able to like. I mean, he's a psycho.
He knows the technique. He's fought.
He could take. He's a guy who can take punches. Like he enjoys.
Yeah. He enjoys.
It looks like it. Like
right, and that's the other thing too is that with Jake Paul, like we don't know like what happens if you got punched square in the face.
Right. Yeah. Nobody's.
Because he hasn't really gotten punched in the face like hard, has he?
Not that I've seen. I've only seen like first round like knockouts basically.
I mean, dude, Ben Askren was literally like a living cone. Like
he lost the turn.
Yeah, he was moving around the ring like a Roomba. Like it was like a wrap within 15 seconds.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would. I mean, that would sell so many tickets. Like there's so many. Pay-per-views, whatever.
Oh, yeah, it would go crazy. I mean, like, also you think about like with how funny Biz is, like imagining Biz in that world.
Oh god, I don't think he would he just become a permanent fighter then?
I don't know, but his name
he would clean up more than Jake Paul.
It'd be good for hockey. Biz has got to do it for hockey.
Here's the other thing too is that Biz like just doesn't have knees.
I wouldn't know that, but
no,
but he talked about it. Like his last year, he fucked up his knees, so like he'd have to get that figured out.
Okay. Well, at least that's a good thing with boxing, though. There's no ground game. No, just stay up. You know, like hug the guy if you need to.
Rudy, you've done some work. You work with Spittin Chiclets behind the scenes. I just want to ask your opinion on what they've done for the game of not just the NHL but hockey in general. As you're working with them all the time.
Well, yeah, dude, they're awesome. Like what they do for hockey is pretty like unique, I would say. It's cool, and like what it's grown into, I think, is a very cool organic thing. And I don't know, man. I think they give like a cool entry point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things where I think hockey has a lot of fans that are not like quite into hockey, but they know that it's great, and they're like, "Oh, dude! Like every time I watch hockey, it's awesome. Like I watch during the playoffs. Like I love hockey." Or they'll be like, "I've been to a couple games. It's so great live. Like I love hockey." And then I think that like something like Chiclets, when you have like personalities that are as funny as they are, it allows like a cool entry in, and like that's like a cool environment to like occupy hockey in. So like I like the idea that there's something beneath the game that is cool as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because whenever you develop like a hobby about something, you kind of like go just past the initial thing, and then you kind of learn more about the underbelly of it. And I think that like podcasts are kind of what serve that ecosystem. And I think Chiclets is like a really cool, dynamic podcast that like serves it really well. You know what I mean? Because they're pretty analytical. Like they know, I mean, they fuck up stuff here and there for sure. And they're not the sharpest dudes, but they like understand the game and they know stats and stuff, but it's also very loose and very locker room like, which is exactly how hockey is. You know what I mean? That's like, it's very serious 1 second. And then the next second, it's a complete, like, it's like you're just joking with the boy.
And that's perfect. So it's locker room talk.
That's the coolest part about it.
I agree.
Yeah, they're connected to everybody too. Like they know damn near at least a player on every team and like the coaching staffs and everything. So they know what's going on behind the scenes too. So they can kind of break down like, I don't know, just like a trade that happened or a guy that, you know, just got in a fight the night before. Like what the fuck's happening there?
Let's dive into a little speed round here. I know we've had you on for a minute here.
Yeah. Oh, no problem.
So we probably cut out some of that fighting shit. Probably got cut out through the audio that I didn't see. That's fine. We got a lot of it. There's plenty of fighting talk in the spot.
Yeah.
Well, I had one last Barstool question. Just going through your Twitter before we got on here, I saw that there's a clip where Abella Danger, for those who don't know or recognize you, gave you the hug. Like, what was that feeling like? Like, is that the peak or is it the national championship? How does that rank up?
Dude, I mean, it was just such a funny moment because I met her before because last time she came into Barstool, but like you meet people all the time. You know what I mean? Like there's people that like work in the office, so I don't even know their name. You know what I mean? And so it was just funny because she was back and I was like, oh, there's a Bella Danger. Like, you know, she's amazing. and like she gave me this like weird look. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the fact, she's just a really funny person. Like, she's super nice. The fact that she remembered me of all people is so fucking bizarre. Like, I don't even really know how to explain it. It was just really funny. And I couldn't believe that she said that. Like, I couldn't believe it. I really...
Like, how good did you feel after that all week? Like, that had to be just like, I'm back.
Dude.
Like, this is huge.
In the moment, I didn't think it was that crazy because I was sort of caught off guard and I was like, she's so cool that I almost felt like it was like I almost felt like it just felt like it wasn't a big deal. Yeah. But then I remembered that I was like recording it. Like I forgot that I was recording it at the time. And so then like once I saw like it was like out on the internet and shit like that, I was like, oh, that actually is pretty funny. And then it kind of like picked up just because it's a Bella Danger. But in the moment I had no clue it was that significant. And then once I saw it again, it was just like very funny. And it also, it played in my, like the way that the situation happened played in my favor where it made me look like the cool dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. You played it off very casually. Like for sure.
I had to. I was sort of frozen. I was just like, wait, what? Bella Danger's hugging me? Wait, what? She's like, do you remember me? I was literally just like, wait, what? So luckily my like slow brain and stupidity made me just seem cooler.
Yeah. You've probably seen your Instagram page and Twitter stuff too. I mean, you're great on Instagram.
That had to be
I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of your stories. I've been following along. The Cavs last week was a different story. That was, I don't know what was going on with that, but I was dying laughing at every.
Dude, I just saw somebody on the street whose calves were the biggest calves.
Those are so fake.
Were they fake?
They were fake 100%. Oh. They had to have been.
Dude, I just thought they were huge calves because I've never... I thought the fake calves thing was literally a joke from Entourage. Like, I didn't think that was a real thing. But I guess you can get implants anywhere.
Yeah.
I was... One of the office was to ask me, like, dude, like, that dude had calf implants. And I was like, do you really... like?
I mean, you look at his knee and then his calves are like
people
5
like
times
tree trunks.
That have calf implants.
It has to be. It's New York, man.
That's
I don't
fucked.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You'd think that'd be more like an LA thing too, but just a guy.
Or like people that you just see on the internet that like in your head like aren't even real. Yeah. Like in person, see like impossible calf implants. I mean, they were so preposterously big that's why I literally was like, I have to film these.
Did you get? I haven't seen it. Did you talk to the guy too, or was it just like admiring it from afar?
No. Okay. I just filmed him secretly, which is like way better. Yeah, like that's way no.
You're like, this person exists. Yeah, because what if they're not fake and you got close to him? Like that's a dangerous situation. It sounds like. Then he could.
They could have been real though, dude. Like my initial gut reaction was that they were real.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like, and he does nothing but leg day.
Convinced me that they were fake.
Oh fuck!
I gotta see these bad boys.
Yeah, I'll show you them after the pod. Okay. Let's get a speed round going quick.
We can go speed rounds. We're gonna throw in like a bunch of sound effects afterwards. So it's an intense space. Put yourself in that window here. We're gonna get going.
All right.
So my first question, shout out to the Cannon, is like, what is your favorite video that you've made at Barstool or even like before that, like of like your bits?
My favorite video I made was definitely the Father Sebastian freestyle, which is my most recent video.
Yeah, that
one was just the most fun to make in general because I've always loved those videos of guys who can freestyle on radio shows. I think it's the coolest thing. And so that was like, even though it wasn't a freestyle, I wrote it for literally 2 weeks and it took me like 100 tries. But just the fact that I was able to like fake a freestyle, that was like by far the most fun.
Yeah, it looks legit too. So like, you nail it afterwards, I'm guessing, just like how much you practice it. Like
those feelings where you're like, that was what I wanted.
Yep, that's the best feeling.
That was it.
In content creation, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Father Sebastian fan, so the more of that, the better, in my opinion here.
He'll be back.
He'll be back? Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Next question, favorite bar in Denver?
Ooh.
Oh, it's gotta be Stadium Inn.
Okay.
Stadium Inn.
It's a must.
That's where we're going after the gold pan game.
Yep.
What about, you rocked both the bubble and the cage. Which one's better?
Bubble's better for swag.
Yeah, ladies love it. Like they prefer bub.
But the cage is just better, dude. I mean, you could make the argument that the bubble you can see better. Dude, fuck that, dude. The bubble's better.
Let's go. Yeah, just style, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know what I'm saying right now, dude. Bubble.
All right. Pre-game music. What's going through the earbuds there?
Oh. Pre-game is a lot of like Flume. It's a little bit of Skrillex. A little bit of System of a Down. A little bit of A$AP Rocky.
Okay. It's a healthy mix.
Little bit of Playboy Cardi. A little bit of Lil Uzi. And that right there is like a perfect mix right there. If I remember I had like all those in a row, that's the dream right there. That's the Rudy Junda potpourri.
Shit.
There you go.
Yeah. So we got some options. I always make a little outro montage here, so now I got plenty to work with. Appreciate that. What about at Barstool? Who's like the funniest guy that people might not even know? Like, could it be Billy Football, Frank? I fucking love Frank personally.
I would say the funniest person is that people may not know is Frankie.
Let's go. Yeah,
I think Frankie's one-liners and he's quick. Like he's fucking quick. Like he's a sharp kid, and he would, dude. If he had played hockey, he would have been good at chirping. He's a really funny dude. I think Frankie's pretty.
That brings up to my next question: where you chirp around the ice or in the locker room? Like you chirp your own boys? Like what's your play style?
I never really I would chirp a little bit on the ice, but I never was a big chirper. But I would chirp guys on our team like a ton, like with each other. I would just feed it to people. Mostly about back then we were really into fantasy football. I would just fucking shred people for their we were really into it. It's sort of lame now, but I would I would shred people a lot more back in the to our own guys. I don't know why.
I mean, you got to get them ready for what it's going to be like, I guess. Yeah. Like toughen them up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That can work.
Anything else we got for him?
Well, I was going to say, in your prime, maybe, would you say that you lifted more than Billy Football?
You really love Billy Football.
Billy's man, but I got to get something on him.
Because Billy's big. He's a big dude, but I mean, it's hard to say because I was pretty fucking strong. I would say the only thing I could have maybe beaten him in is deadlift. But bench press, he's like a freak. He's also hockey players can't bench press a fucking toothpick. You know what I mean?
Well, you're not. Yeah, you don't usually do it in workouts normally.
Never.
It's all legs.
Never. Yeah. So maybe I could maybe take him in a hex bar deadlift.
Of a Nissan Altima, probably straight up.
If we're deadlifting park cars, although after what's happened in the last 24 hours, my neck, I may be entering the yoga phase of my life.
That could be a new video. Yeah, just you breaking into the New York moms in the area and just saying what's up.
I honestly think I might have to transition just to only stretching, meditating. You can't do anything.
Yeah, like you're just stuck. And you were working all day, right? Like you had to still go into the office.
I had to go to work all day and look at Twitter, and you know how hard that is with a fucking hurt neck?
It sucks. Yeah, it can't be easy.
Dude, these plumbers and these blue collar guys think it's easy to like, lay concrete with like a slip disc. Try scrolling Twitter.
Right. Yeah, like good fucking luck, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
dude, you gotta think hard.
Yeah.
Where does all the blood have to go? To the head. Neck is in the way.
Like what's trending? You can't even be thinking while that back pain's happening. Like it's just you're fucking done. All right. Well, you survived speed round.
You survived the whole pod, but I mean that was beautiful.
That's huge. Well, do the sign off question for like the last.
Oh yep.
Sponsored by Endura Fin. Fuck it, we'll plug it here.
And Pink Whitney.
There
we go.
Use promo code ECH, 10% off. But the last question that we ask every guest that we have on is like, what would you recommend for our young listeners out there that they're playing in the NAHL?
As a guy who's been through it all.
Yeah, a guy who's grinded to get onto a D1 roster. What would you say they have to do to have the success to make it to where you did in college hockey or in any level of hockey?
I would say don't be scared to reach out. I think a lot of hockey players are under this, idea where they have to be approached. And if you're great, you will get approached. But there's players out there, and especially if you keep pushing yourself, at some point you're just the window's gonna keep getting smaller. Right. So if you want to keep going, don't be scared to reach out. Like I never would have gone to Denver if I didn't reach out.
Yeah.
Like they weren't going to come to me. So I know a lot of really good hockey players that were too proud to reach out. And because of that, they probably cost themselves playing Division I somewhere. And that's true across any level. Like even if you're a guy who's trying to break into D3, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason for you not to put yourself out there. I know it probably is a big hit to the ego, but dude, I sent an email to every single D1 team fucking twice. Like
dedication.
No one wanted, dude. I was basically like the biggest simp in fucking America trying to play college hockey. And the last one I sent was the one that worked.
Yep.
So I would say my advice would be to just don't be scared to reach out. If you're really serious about trying to play college hockey and get to the next level, do not be scared to reach out. I mean, I even did it with the fucking NAHL teams. Like I would reach out to NAHL teams.
Yeah.
So that'd be my biggest piece of advice. As well as don't be like an arrogant prick when it comes to like you not playing. Like if you're not playing, the time you spend like stewing and like getting angry at people versus just practice and like enjoying practice and enjoying the game. Like it's crazy how quickly you'll start playing again if you just like if you just enjoy it.
Yeah, show up, work.
Sounds cliche.
But it's true.
That was the grittiest answer we've probably had. It's just, I mean, you're emailing all teams and then every NCAA Division I team twice.
I don't even know if they have emails. Yeah. I mean, this guy just said it.
My advice would be if you suck, you gotta think at them.
Exactly. Yeah. You find a way. Everybody has to find a way. Because, for those guys who are too proud, like everybody else is, there's so much tape out there now.
Yeah.
Like you got to find a way to get on the roster. So respect.
Totally. And dude, like once you get older, you realize that people just miss stuff. So you just got to make sure you got coverage.
Yep. Yeah. Like us, we our audio cut out in the middle of the interviews. We missed a little bit. Probably. We'll see.
People stuff, bro.
It fucking happens.
It happens. Nothing was worse than when we had Cale McCarr on the podcast and the footage went out.
And we lost his face.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
hey, I don't know
if
if we'll have him back.
They call us the NAHL for a reason, and
exactly.
We still got the audio. That's all that mattered, right?
It led us to you.
Anyways.
It led us to you.
The video's just a bonus.
Yeah, no, right.
Exactly. But, it's the money maker here.
Still hurt.
Yeah. It was tough.
There was a couple broken items in the apartment right after that.
Well, we had him, Scott Prunovich, Mark Michaelis, and
Scotty P.
Yeah, Scotty P.
You know him? P.
I don't know him personally, but we used to just say Scotty P. Like because he was so sick when we played against him. I don't know. We would just always say Scotty P because it's a funny fucking name.
Now we're gonna say
we're always so like centered around him.
Yeah,
and so. Time like Monty would be like, right, and then like Perunovich would be like, oh, Scotty P's got the puck. Scotty P.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know why. Like,
This guy's such a good dude, too.
Like the most popular dude in our locker room. You'd be like, oh, Scotty P.
Does he fucking play for you?
Is that who we're talking about? Yeah. He's a man. We've had him on a couple of times. But yeah, so we lost his footage too in that same pod. It was just a tough week, but it's
footage? You can't lose. Dude,
all four.
We lost back-to-back Hobie footage in the same fucking pod.
Yeah. And we bounced back though.
And then we had a fucking 12-hour drive to Pittsburgh with all our audio shit and everything. Oh, it was terrible for the Frozen Four. And we just got absolutely hammered. Like it was just a tough week.
Grind.
It was a grind.
Exactly. It all paid off. It led us to you, Rudy, here. So, this is we're on the climb up.
Yeah, that's right.
Now. We're peaking. But yeah, this has been fucking awesome, man. We've had you on for a hot minute. Appreciate all your time here. And yep, we'll give you the ECH bump to Barstool like you fucking need it. But we'll do what we can. And thank you, man.
I appreciate it. No, thanks for coming on the pod tonight. And I'll text you if we need you again. I think we'll be good, but
yeah.
I'll let you know.
If you need it, let me know.
Thank you, Rudy. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Later.
And welcome back to KS1075. I'm your host, DJ Funky Nuts, and I am joined here by a very special guest. I got my boy, Father Sebastian, in the building. Everyone give it up for Father Sebastian. Hello there. Before he was a priest, this dude was the best MC in Denver, no cap.
Oh, stop it. I knew you were going to bring that up.
You know, man, I was thinking maybe we do a little freestyle for the people at home so they know what I'm talking about.
Don't you play that beat.
Come on, man. I know you love this beat.
You stop that right now.
Please don't make me beg on my own radio show.
And I guess I could give it a shot. I don't even know if I can do it.
Now look who teaching, look who preaching. It's Sebastian in the mix. It's that 6'6" holy boy who's baptizing yo bitch. Christening kids, looking slick, I keep them baby heads dripping. Wine sipping, cross gripping, little boy booty licking. Still snipping dick domes with all my bros. Dreaming about hoes that none of us will bone. Blowing on that endo, GameCube, Nintendo. If I find out that you gay, you getting thrown inside a volcano. See, these sinners don't understand me, cause I'm the cross boss, don't test me. Top down at service with a little boy and candy. Hyped up, Christ up, staying humble and blessed. Talk shit about Jesus and I cut off your head. Oh, Bible page upon my brain, one night in the day. Worst part of the job is the fact that I can't get laid. I still get paid the big boss of the church. Matter of fact, do me a favor and open your purse. Huh?